Welcome to the Great Basin Fire Potential Briefing for Sunday, September 8th. We will continue to see cold fronts move across the region this week, and it will bring much cooler temperatures along with scattered to numerous showers and thunderstorms across the northern two-thirds of the region today, along with breezy winds and dry conditions further south out ahead of the cold front. As we move into Monday, we will continue with wet and cool conditions over much of the northern half of the region, and winds start to pick up again over southern and eastern Nevada into southwest Utah and the Arizona Strip. And then by Tuesday, the stronger winds combined with lower humidity is confined to southern areas of the Great Basin. However, most areas will see breezy winds for the next few days, along with much cooler temperatures and showers and thunderstorms. Over the last 24 hours, we saw quite a bit of lightning across Nevada, southern Idaho, and Utah, and these thunderstorms were definitely on the wetter side. These areas over Nevada and Idaho that are in yellow are amounts above 1/3 of an inch of rainfall, where many areas saw over 1/4 of an inch of rainfall across much of Nevada up into southwest Idaho. Further east, these wet rains were a little bit more spotty, but some areas did see above 1/10 to 2/10 of an inch of rainfall, with other areas seeing lighter amounts. Great Basin fire activity was light across the region over the last 24 hours, but you can see a lot of new starts, but all small fires in the circles indicated in red across the Great Basin. Over the last 2 weeks, we've continued to see precipitation, again mainly in the form of thunderstorms, target the northern half to 2/3 of the region. Most of these areas are still below normal for precipitation for the time of year over the last 2 weeks, but some of the heavier precipitation definitely fell over parts of Nevada and up into Idaho. Looking at our current fuel conditions, ERCs continue to go down as moisture remains in the area and temperatures continue to cool. Most areas are now below the 70th percentile. However, we do still have some drier areas over southern parts of central and eastern Utah that have not seen the heavier moisture, so ERCs are still above the 70th to 80th percentile in those areas. Looking at some of our ERC charts, up across Idaho, which is very representative across Idaho and Nevada and northern Utah, you can see the significant drop in ERCs to now below normal, and many areas have seen even bigger drops than that. Looking at further south, however, over southern and southeast Utah and areas that have not received the moisture, ERCs are still at records for the time of year. However, we should start to see ERCs go down gradually over the next couple of days. Looking at the 10-hour fuel moisture, again, has definitely increased across the region with the continued showers and thunderstorms and cooler temps. There are some drier spots over southern areas of the Great Basin and northwest Nevada that have not seen as much precipitation. Looking at our satellite from this morning, you can see the trough of low pressure moving into the western side of the Great Basin. This will push the moisture further east today, mainly located across northeast Nevada, up into Idaho and Utah, and then eventually decreasing as we move through Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. However, we will still have unsettled weather and showers in the area as the cold fronts continue to move through. Looking at our weather pattern for later in the day on Sunday, today, you can see that trough of low pressure finally moves eastward over the eastern side of the Great Basin. We will continue to see those showers and thunderstorms along with definitely cooling temperatures. We will see generally low fire potential across the region with the exception of southern areas where winds will remain breezy, fuels are much drier, and relative humidity will remain low. Looking at our relative humidity for today, you can see generally single digits to low teens over southern areas of the Great Basin and much higher as you go north into northern Utah and Idaho, where relative humidity will remain above 40%. You can see our wind picture, generally gusty winds region-wide, but where those winds combine with low relative humidity will be today across Utah. On Monday, we see another trough of low pressure dropping into the Pacific Northwest, which will bring another round of cooling temperatures. High temperatures going into the early part of the week will generally be in the 60s and 70s in the north, with low temperatures dropping into the 40s, and some high elevation areas in Wyoming and Idaho will see low temperatures in the 30s. We'll also see continued stronger winds. We do have high risk for Monday for southern areas of the Great Basin where these winds combine with low relative humidity. And again, you can see the lowest humidity is in the south on Monday, with again those breezy winds, probably gusts between about 30 and 35 miles per hour in the area shaded in orange. As we move into Tuesday, the trough continues to dig further south into the Great Basin, so Tuesday and Wednesday will likely be the coldest days of the week. We will again see continued breezy winds across the area, and in the south these winds will combine with low relative humidity for again some high risk. We will have those stronger winds on Tuesday further north into Utah, but relative humidity will not be quite as low, and those areas will have been seeing some rainfall. So again, looking at Tuesday, the lowest humidities are in the mid-teens and over southern Nevada, over into parts of the Arizona Strip and southeast Utah. And again, you can see how those winds increase on Tuesday. We'll likely see gusts more in the 35 to 40 mile per hour range across much of Utah, the Arizona Strip, and back into far southern Nevada. Overall forecast amounts of precipitation are indicated here. Again, you can see the heaviest amounts are going to be over Idaho, Wyoming, and the northern half of Utah. As we move towards the middle of the week, again, this next cold front will be exiting the region, again, for another very cold day for the time of year across the Great Basin on Wednesday. Still breezy winds and maybe some lingering showers in the north with generally low fire potential. As we move into Thursday, temperatures will gradually start to warm as high pressure over the southern areas of the Great Basin builds a little bit further north, still keeping breezy, cool conditions up across Idaho. On Friday, we have yet another cold front that'll swipe through the northern portion of the Great Basin, knocking temperatures down a little bit again, but still keeping warmer and drier conditions in the south, and any showers and thunderstorms on Friday will be confined to Idaho. On Saturday, again, still breezy, cooler, unsettled weather in the north, and warmer conditions with lower relative humidity and lighter winds in the south, and you can see how some of those fuels are starting to dry out again across the southern tier of the Great Basin. 7-day total amounts of precipitation. Here, again, the heaviest amounts in Idaho, Wyoming, and northern Utah, where over the next 7 days, these areas could see over an inch of total precipitation. Looking at the 8 to 14-day outlook, this takes us into the end of September up to about the 23rd, showing warm temperatures and possibly a return to drier conditions. That concludes our webcast for today. Check back tomorrow for the latest updates.